All right. Good afternoon and welcome to the webinar on the theme, The Role of Higher Education Institutions in the Future of Sustainable and Circular Society. My name is Hanna Gusev, and as the Head of Research and Innovation for the Faculty of Business at Novia University of Applied Sciences in Finland, it's an honor for me to introduce to you in the audience such distinguished guests as we have with us today. This webinar is arranged as a part of the project SF-BioVac, Sustainable Futures, Biogas Value Chain for Circular Economy Competence Growth for Zambia. And before I give the floor to our dynamic moderator, Dr. Mwene Himwinga, to further present our keynote speakers and panelists, please welcome Project Manager Cynthia Söderbacka from Novia.
Thank you, Hannah. Good afternoon. As introduced, I'm the project coordinator and I work as team leader and project lead at Novia University of Applied Sciences, Faculty for Technology and Seafaring in the Research, Development and Innovation Department. So I just quickly walk through the project that has brought us today's webinar. About our project, it's a partnership between two countries, Finland and Zambia, with Finland represented by Novia University of Applied Sciences as the lead coordinator, the University of Oulu, and from Zambia we have the University of Zambia and the Copperbelt University with the Rural Electrification Authority, which is a government organ coming in as an industrial partner. Our budget is slightly over 1 million euros, and our project covers the themes of climate change, circular economy, and energy transition. Our project is funded by the Ministry for Foreign Affairs of Finland and administered by the Finnish National Agency for Education. The project partners also come in with about 10% of the budget. So our project objectives are quite simple and straightforward. Capacity building in Zambia higher education institutions, where we are looking at circular economy in the waste to energy sector, focusing on the biogas value chain. So with biogas, a renewable energy source of energy that is produced from biomass, including waste. And from the picture I'm showing, each red box is like an own ecosystem that has potential to create employment. And additionally, the advantages of biogas is that it can be locally produced and used. So you don't need a gas mine for it, you just need waste. Under our project, we have a number of activities that are planned that will help us achieve the objectives that we have set. This webinar falling under some of the workshops and courses, and we are also going to build a biogas lab-scale biogas plant at the University of Zambia that will be equally owned by both UNZA and CBU, with University of Oulu supporting the team in developing that pilot plant. Is my sound better now? Coming to the travel and mobility, we are expecting our partners from Zambia to come to Finland in 2 weeks' time. So we'll have a team of 9 people coming, with the deans from the schools of engineering from both CBU and UNZA joining in the activities here in Finland. So what are our project's strong points? Ownership of the case. This biogas project was born from a collaboration that was between UNZA and CBU. So University of Oulu is a new member of consortium, and this project was identified by the Zambian team as a need for Zambia. We also have support from key stakeholders. As evidenced today, we have our head of institutions here in our midst participating in project activities, and we are also involving people from grassroots levels by involving NGOs. The topic of renewable energy and sustainability is a global topic, so this topic is of benefit for both Finland and Zambia. We also have long-term goals, collaborations also beyond this project. We already have MOU signed. All the 4 partner universities have a 5-year MOU with the Rural Electrification Authority, meaning that the collaboration with REA goes beyond the life of this project. We also are covering understanding the cascade effects of the project, the impact it will have on society, impact on education, and impact on industry-academia relations. We cannot overlook the expertise of the team. We have a very well-experienced team, and also having someone who understands all partners from cultural perspective. Not only me, but we have had quite much support from the Finnish Embassy in Zambia. And we work so much on information dissemination so that we reach out to key stakeholders and, of course, equal partnerships. That's our project in brief, and thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cynthia, for that very elaborate presentation on SF-BioVac and what strides or milestones have been achieved so far. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mwene. I'm the moderator for this particular webinar. I'm co-moderating with my colleague Hannah from Finland. And good afternoon once more. 2 days ago, I asked Hannah to send me a few words in Finnish and Swedish, and now I can't do it. Unfortunately, I do not want to massacre the beautiful language. I tried to master those lines, I just couldn't. But hopefully by the end of this webinar, I'll be able to pick 1 or 2 words in Finnish or in Swedish. Okay, so distinguished participants and dear colleagues, I would like to recognize the presence of our distinguished panelists and keynote speakers coming from all the way from Finland, and down here we are in Zambia with the Copperbelt University and the University of Zambia. And so please allow me to introduce our distinguished panelists and guest speakers. So in our midst, we have Professor Ojan Andersson, President and CEO of Novia University of Applied Sciences in Finland. He is a visionary advocate for applied research, innovation. And also in our midst is Professor Mika Rusten from Oulu University. And he is a well-researched scholar in the field of renewable energy. He is a professor of energy and biorefinery measurements. His biogas research spans beyond 25 years. In our midst also is Professor Mundia Muya. He is the Vice Chancellor of the University of Zambia. He is a respected scholar and leader who has championed the integration of sustainability and innovation into academic programs and research. We also have our Vice Chancellor for the Copperbelt University. Copperbelt University is actually the host of this webinar, and we have Professor Imasi Kunyambe. He is the Vice Chancellor of CBU and a distinguished academic leader with extensive expertise in in extensive expertise in environmental sustainability, in mining, and sustainable development. And last but not the least, we have Priscilla Dingang-Siska. She is the head of sustainability at Zambif Products PLC. She is an industry leader, deeply engaged in advancing sustainable practices within one of Zambia's largest agribusinesses, with a strong commitment to real-world circular economic solutions. So together, our distinguished panelists embody the critical nexus between education, research, and industry needed to build a resilient and sustainable future. So this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, is all about sustainability. It is all about biogas, and among the various types of renewable energy, it's all about the circular economy. And at this point in time, allow me to bring to the panel, or bring rather not to the panel, but to the podium, Professor Ojan Andersson to deliver his keynote speech. Dr. Andersson, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor for me to kind of start off with the panelists, and I look forward very much to this discussion this afternoon. When we talk about sustainability, I think Hanna, you can proceed to the next slide. Can we do like this, that you shift the slides? Yes, okay. So talking about sustainability and sustainable solutions, we're really at the core of what Novia University of Applied Sciences stands for. In this slide, on the left-hand side, you can see our three strategic targets. These are derived from our strategy, which is called Novia Sustainable Impact, which was made 1 year ago. So we are in the phase of implementing the strategy, and we're strongly focused and strongly committed to work for sustainable solutions for climate change mitigation. We also have a lot of collaboration with our Nordic neighbors, sharing many similar values. And then also, which I really want to emphasize today, our global orientation, our global outreach, because this is, I think, very fundamental when we talk about sustainability, responsibility, and mitigating the climate change worldwide. We have one globe. We are in different parts of the globe, different nations, different cultures, but we have one globe, and that is ours. So therefore, the global orientation for a sustainable future and our ambition to have a global outreach are really fundamental in our strategy. On the right-hand side, just a few words about our university. We are a applied science university. That means that we work very closely together with industry, businesses, and working life in general. We have a little bit more than 5,000 students, of which 16% are international students. We have 4 campuses in Finland. You can see them on the map. They are located along the west and south coast of Finland. And we have one small campus in the Philippines in the maritime field. Talking about sustainability and the change that is taking place. So we're transferring in businesses, in industry, in consumption, from a kind of approach where we took, we made, and we made waste. We're transferring into a society where we extend the value chain into reuse, recycle, and in the first place, design to last and design to be able to be recycled and reused. So this is very much transferring from the linear kind of approach to a circular kind of approach. So in this slide, we visualize a bit three aspects of what we do in the circularity. So we have up in the left-hand corner energy and circularity, so energy solutions, including biofuels, biogas, organic waste, CAO, carbon dioxide streams, and e-fuels. Then on the right, we have the circular research management, environmental innovation, which is focusing more on material streams, and making use of waste streams. And then putting these together, bringing them together, we need the circular design, circular service design, and optimizing, developing, building the value changes. And also with a strong focus, I think we have in the business and in circular business models, and for example, tourism, just to mention some. So energy, materials, and bringing it all together through the value chains. We'll take the next slide, please. Okay, so obviously academia has a central role. We as a university, we are in a key position because when we look at what we do as a university in terms of having a impact on the sustainability and the everything connected with sustainable sustainability questions and the climate change and so on, the strongest impact we have through our alumni. When our students enter into working life, they will bring with them what they have adopted, learned, and the culture that we have been able to provide regarding sustainability and responsibility at large. This is what they will bring into the working life, and this will be our biggest impact. So in the quintuple helix, you see the academia working together with the industry and with the government. This is very much how we work, and the government could be also, in our case, perhaps closer would be the local authorities. And we work together with the civil society, and we will have an impact both in society and in and on the environment, and hopefully, and we are committed to that, to have a positive impact on the environment. On the right-hand corner, you can see just a few of our dedicated programs in sustainable, connected to sustainability. We can take the next slide, Hanna. Yeah, so through education, innovation, research, obviously, and this project is one example of that. Cooperation with industry, that is in our DNA as a University of Applied Sciences. Policy development, knowledge dissemination, and then practical projects where we can also demonstrate things and also bring in our students, also which will be done in this project, which is something that makes me very happy. Let's have the next slide, Hanna. Okay, so this I think is my last slide, and this is just to round it off with just some examples of projects that we are working on. On the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, we have the present project, which Cynthia Södervacka, thank you, Cynthia, for your nice presentation, already mentioned. For example, lab-scale biogas pilot plant and workshops courses. We have established since many years at our university something that we call a European project semester, and I understand this will also be part of the realization of this project. This is a way where we have international students and our Finnish students working together with real tasks, challenges, problems that we bring in from industry. This has proven to be a very, very nice way, not only to solve problems and to develop the problem-solving skills, but also to learn from other cultures, because people coming to this represent many nationalities. Thank you very much for this. I look forward to the discussion in a few minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anderson. And without further ado, allow me to reintroduce Professor Imasiku Nyambe from the Copperbelt University. Professor, the floor is yours for your keynote speech.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I will not be able to show one of my, I had some presentation, but I will just read for my, what I have. So it's an honor for me to speak on behalf of the Copperbelt University. We were established in 1987, and of course, we have almost 900 members of staff and over 21,000 students. Out of these, we have over 1,000 something graduate students. So beyond academic excellence, CBU is a technology-driven institution committed to innovation, sustainable development, and a national transformation. As I said, we are with 10 schools, 2 teaching directors, and over 900 staff and more than 21,000 students. So CBU's mission is inseparable from Zambia's vision for a sustainable, prosperous future. As the world shifts towards greener economies, CBU has embraced the circular economy as a transformative approach, rethinking how we produce, consume, and regenerate resources. Uniquely, CBU also houses a nature park, enhanced through species donation from Kansanshi Mine PLC, enriching biodiversity and providing students with a real-world conservation experience. So we have not just looking at academia and stuff like that, but we also want to live with nature on our campus, wildlife. This is not just aspiration, it is in action. For those colleagues from Finland, and in particular, please, you can come to Zambia for one day, and that you don't have anywhere to visit, you can see the wildlife at CBU. This is how we have that circular economy. So the role of CBU in promoting the circular economy, at CBU, the circular economy is not an add-on. It is integrated into our institutional DNA, if you want to speak. Sustainability is a pillar of our strategic plan, and with Zambia's Vision 2030, the 8th National Development Plan, and the Sustainable Development Goals. For Zambia, circular economy is not merely a concept, but a national strategy to reduce extractive dependence, recover value from waste, and characterize new industries, green jobs, and inclusive economic growth. The way UPND government has set up this is actually to move into circular economy. This is why we have even ministries of green economy. Whether in agriculture, energy, mining, or manufacturing, circular economy pathways promise significant promise economic resilience and environmental stewardship. Some of the key projects and achievements that we have done as CBU, innovation lives in our classrooms, labs, and communities. Plastic to pavement bricks, which some of our people have tried to do, turning plastic waste into durable infrastructure. Industrial waste paving bricks, where we are trying to reduce landfill pressure while enhancing road networks. And of course, crushed glass asphalt, recycling glass waste for stronger rods. Not forgetting the corn cob noise boards, transforming agricultural waste into valuable building materials. And lastly, automatic solar changeover switch, student-led designs, improving energy security. These are some of the things that my students at CBU have tried to do in the past. We are proud to celebrate milestones like the Mukuba Unipod, which Innovation Lab, which you established by UNDP to support, and the African Center for Excellence in Sustainable Mining, ACESM, funded by the World Bank. So our newly established analytical laboratory, and of course, also working with Otati Research Chair, we underscore our deep investment in transformative research. Most of these, they are at their beginning. That's what I want to score, at their beginning. Our interdisciplinary research covers biomass conversion technologies, sustainable mining waste solutions, and the common-driven waste segregation and the recycling initiative, particularly in Kitwe, where CBU is based. We are on the Copperbelt in Zambia, in Kitwe. However, the journey is not without following challenges. Among them, we have limited funding. We have limited specialized skill gaps, outdated curriculum in some places, which we are working on, and the weak industrial academia linkages. These challenges call for collective action and a renewed investment. What about our educational reforms and the capacity building? CBU has transitioned from Education 3 to Education 5, adding innovation and integration to the traditional pillars of teaching, research, and community service. So circular economy principles are being embedded across disciplines, environmental engineering, economics, entrepreneurship, to nurture critical thinkers, system designers, and sustainability champions. We invest continuously in capacity building. That's our main thing. Faculty training in green technologies, student innovation camps, and the entrepreneurship development program. Our international collaboration further deepen our impact that we do. One, through the Erasmus Plus, we engage in research, curriculum development, staff, and student exchange with leading European and Asian institutions. With the Huawei College, Vocational College in China, we are expanding capacity in sustainable architecture, linking our architecture activities at a School of Built Environment. We have our students, 17 of them, trying to explore other ways of having sustainable architecture the Chinese way. Through partnership with Israel, our students gain hands-on exposure to advanced agricultural practice, building competences for Zambia's agro future. What about our collaboration with the industry collaboration and the impact? Strategic industry partners are key for us, with organizations like Zambia and the Rural Electricity Authority. CBU students gain real-world exposure in climate-resilient infrastructure development, sustainable agro-processing, and the development of renewable energy system for rural development. The impact is tangible at CBU. CBU alumni are at the forefront of Zambia's green economy as a CBU alumni, launching ways to value businesses, renewable energy startups, and circular economy innovation hubs. Moreover, through campus recycling initiatives, public awareness campaigns, and community cleaning up projects, our students are leading change from the ground up, driving sustainability narratives into homes, schools, and communities. In a closing statement, our colleagues, first of all, I'm happy to be part of this webinar. At the Copperbelt University, we are not merely awarding degrees, but we are building capacity, igniting innovation, and reshaping Zambia's economic future through determined reform, dynamic partnership, and a bold vision. We are proud to be a national and a regional leader in circular economy through thought and practice. Let us reimagine our economy not as a pipeline of extraction, but as a circle of opportunity, equality, and regeneration. This is why, being based in the Zambian Copperbelt, we know mining is a wasteful asset, and that's why we'll put forward a center of excellence in mining on the Copperbelt to look at all these issues, environment, wastes, and stuff like that. How do we sustain the future of Zambia? Is mining at its highest point. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Nyambe, for that very elaborate and insightful keynote speech. Indeed, we cannot do without sustainability. The world going forward is all about sustainability. How do we ensure that we take care of the future while meeting our present needs? Without further ado, I will now introduce our key industry partner. And in this case, to represent our industry partners, we have Priscilla Dinga Msiska. She is the head of sustainability at Zambeef Products PLC. Priscilla, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very excited to be part of this very important discussion on sustainability. I had a very diverse team at Zambeef looking into animal health, food safety, environment, occupational health and safety, because these are key pillars of who we are at Zambeef. So just to give you a brief background on Zambeef, Zambeef is a vertically integrated agribusiness, one of the largest in Zambia and the region. We focus on production of dairy, beef, animal feed, wheat value addition, row cropping of wheat, soya, and maize. So we do a lot of value addition at our company. And our mission emphasizes sustainability for us being a socially responsible and financially viable business. And this is achieved through the level of integratedness that we have as a business, but also putting sustainability as a core fundamental pillar of what we do. Over the years, the group has grown and also diversified into ensuring that environmental sustainability becomes one of our key pillars. The company also ensures that we are able to move materials from one production line to the other. That also promotes circular economy within the group. Just to give you a few examples, when you look at the beef value chain, the hides coming from the beef animals are processed into leather. And that leather is then processed into shoes, including safety shoes, school shoes for school-going children. And that reduces the waste that we are sending to the landfill when we're doing our production. But also, over the years, we have established a very robust composting system. So all the waste coming from our processing, from our animal production, from our cropping, is composted and applied into our cropping division. That over the years has reduced the amount of waste that we're sending to the landfill, but also brought about a lot of benefits when it comes to our cropping division. We've managed over the years to improve the yields, to improve the soil health, and also promote sustainability in the way that we do business. We've also been very fortunate to partner with institutions of higher education such as the University of Zambia and the Copperbelt University. By the way, I'm the product of the Copperbelt University. I did environmental engineering at CBU. And the knowledge from there has really transformed the way I look at sustainability and also the way we partner going into the future. We've embarked on research, and I'm happy that Cynthia is on the call because Cynthia reached out to Zambia, and we largely embarked on a journey together where we wanted to explore the viability of biogas in Zambia, seeing that it has not really taken off in Zambia, and how can we optimize the process to ensure that we do and derive benefit from biogas. Taking you back to our production center, so Huntley Farm has a very diverse mixed-use complex. We have animal production, cropping, processing. So that means our waste streams at Huntley Farm are quite diversified. And then if you look at the biogas plants that have been implemented in industry, very few have been implemented to the level of integratedness that we have as Zambia. So that creates a very diverse platform to try and test the feedstock that we have, feedstock from the production sites. And then how do we optimize what we have in terms of feedstock to ensure that the biogas system works for Zambia, but also creates a model on which Zambia can then build into the future. And these are some of the challenges. So currently we have a student from the University of Zambia, a master's student, who is doing research on the feedstock, evaluating the viability and the optimal mixes that we can use to optimize the process. And we're very excited to be looking forward to the results that will come out of that research, which will be very key for Zambia. Also, if you look at other projects that we've embarked on, we were one of the first companies in Zambia to establish the carbon footprint of our group. And obviously being involved in beef, it means that most of our emissions are coming from the beef. So how do we then move forward as a company to reduce our carbon emission, but also make sure that we continue producing a cost-effective product that goes into the market to improve the accessibility to protein in Zambia and the region. We embarked on a project that would optimize and reduce carbon emissions within our beef value chain. And two key projects came up, which were the biogas project itself, as well as a biochar project. We've done feasibility studies on both projects, and worth mentioning to say skills are very difficult to find within Zambia. Skills are very difficult to find within the region. So that makes the projects very expensive and difficult for companies such as ours to embark on. So that's why it's important when we get collaboration from universities, we begin to develop and customize solutions that are cost effective, but also apply to the Zambian sector. So we've made very advanced research on both projects, and we've costed them, but we took a step back and said, how do we optimize and make sure that we're doing the right thing? And that's why partnering with University of Zambia and CBU has been a key milestone for us, because it will foster research, it will foster data collection, and going into the future, we will make sure that even as we come into the design and implementation phase, we're speaking to the Zambian context for the Zambian pocket, which is very important because largely speaking, we're in business, obviously, for financial sustainability. So when we're coming up with circular economy strategies, we have to make sure that they're cost effective, they're sustainable, and can be applied locally with local knowledge and collaboration with international experienced expertise. So it becomes a very fundamental collaboration to us. Biogas going into the future is quite important for us, because if you look at our processing systems, we use a lot of heat. We have a workforce of over 7,000. So that means we can produce gas which can be used in our heating systems, but also can be accessible to our employees for cooking solutions, hence promoting sustainability. It also reduces the amount of organic waste that I have to recycle into the farm, meaning at least I can get liquid fertilizer out of the biogas, but also provide the much needed energy resource that we currently need as a group. And then moving forward, also trying to emphasize the importance of collaboration. I remember when we're doing the biochar project research, we had to travel to look at a prototype research model, which can be established at these two institutions, and we can create local knowledge. So in Africa, the challenge that we're having is access to technology, access to knowledge, but also access to equipment for our students to be able to come up with these practical solutions, but also have prototypes which can be tested before rolling out the full-scale projects. So we hope that these collaborations into the future will create a platform for our sustainability students for the circular economy research to be conducted within Zambia, within the region, focusing on the platform that Zambia can foster as a key partner in making sure that research and development is implemented across Africa. So that, in a nutshell, for me, has been a very exciting journey with the institutions, and I look forward to us collaborating further to bring these projects to life and make sure that we give the much desired exposure to the students in these key areas of ensuring that we promote sustainability, we reduce the waste that we're sending onto the market, and we also make sure that we preserve the environment for future generations. Also worth mentioning that another exciting project that we embarked on was heat recovery systems with the University of Dublin in Ireland. In those systems, we're looking at how we can optimize our boiler systems, minimize heat losses to make sure that we're saving energy. So when this is integrated with biogas, then it becomes a very key and important project, because we're not only replacing the source of energy in our boiler systems, but we're promoting a more sustainable and cost-effective solution that not only benefits industry, but also largely benefits their academia. So from me, I think that is where we are as Zambia in terms of sustainability.
Thank you so much, Priscilla, for that very elaborate speech on what Zambia is really doing. Indeed, you're doing so many projects. We're looking forward to hearing a bit more about one of them during the panel discussion. All right, so moving on, I am going to call upon the Vice Chancellor for the University of Zambia. I'm assuming he's here. I did not specifically see him I wasn't able to detect him, but peradventure that the VC for UNZA is in the meeting. Please, the floor is yours. All right, he seems to be having some kind of a technical glitch. However, we proceed, ladies and gentlemen, into our panel discussion. So we've heard so much from Novia University, we've heard so much from the Copperbelt University and from Zambia. And so now going forward into our panel discussion, allow me to introduce a panelist aside from our keynote speakers. To join the keynote speakers for the panel discussion is Professor Mika Rusunen from Oulu University. Oulu University is a partner university in our Sustainable Futures Biogas Value Chain. Good afternoon, Professor.
Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yes.
Hello.
Hello. So I will give you the first question just to open the panel. You will take the first question. And our first question for the panel really is that we have heard about various projects, and Zambia has also, elaborated on different projects that they are doing, that they are collaborating with other partners. But coming to our specific project, which is the Biogas Value Chain project, help us understand, how do we ensure that projects lead to systematic change and not just project success? How do we ensure that this project does not end next year, but how do we make this project sustainable? How do we make it have an impact in society in Zambia? Thank you.
Of course, there were discussion in these keynote speeches about education. That is one key point. So we need to ensure that all the information and knowledge can be transferred efficiently to students and all the other stakeholders that are involved in this development of sustainable biogas production. So this is, from my side, that is very important. I have seen that an efficient transfer of knowledge is in a key role. For example, here in University of Oulu, we are giving education for 15,000 students at the time. It means that we need to ensure in many ways that there's the newest knowledge about the most efficient processes, technologies, but also about material and energy efficiency is considered. So as we heard in these nice keynote speeches, that there are many ways to handle and to consider this sustainable future. And there, one of the key points is the material and energy efficiency. For example, in biogas production, it all comes to consumption first. So we need to try to optimize and minimize the consumption, for example, of the energy, and this way to enable the efficient energy production for this consumption that is really needed. The same applies to material efficiency. But anyway, the most important from the point of scientific university is to ensure this continuum of knowledge for future.
Thank you very much, Professor. Material and energy efficiency really are very vital, and knowledge transfer, of course. I think the whole essence of capacity building really is to transfer knowledge. Next panelist, Professor Nyambe from the Copperbelt University. Prof, please, would like to know, what do you see as the biggest challenge for universities like the Copperbelt University in implementing circular economy practices?
Okay, no, our biggest challenge for us, our biggest challenge is funding.
Thank you, Prof. Are you going to elaborate? Maybe you could. It's just funding.
Okay. Yeah. The point is, what I'm trying to say is, if you don't have the financial resources to engage first the students on the various projects that look at these circular economy type of projects, okay? For example, the so-called sustainable mining. that we have at CBU, we are helped by the World Bank to put that. But we often look towards the private sector to provide some of the needed financial help to help our students to be involved in some of these waste regenerating projects. Okay, so those are some of the issues that we face, okay, when it comes to funding.
Thank you very much, Professor Nyambe. Indeed, funding is a challenge for not just the Copperbelt University, but I believe that UNZA also shares the same sentiments. Professor Mundia Muya, you're welcome to the webinar. Please, you can add.
Well, thank you very much, moderators. I want to recognize the panelists and the listeners as well. The University of Zambia is honored to be part of the Sustainable Futures Biogas Value Chain for Circular Economy Competence Growth project in Zambia, BioVac initiative in short. This partnership offers a timely and vital response to Zambia's sustainability and energy security challenges. It aligns with the National Green Growth Strategy running from 2024 to 2030, which seeks to transition the country toward a low-carbon, resource-efficient, resilient, and inclusive economy. Circular economy offers practical solutions to pressing environmental issues, including waste management and renewable energy shortages. As a premier institution of higher learning, UNZA is committed to contribute thought leadership and research capacity to accelerate Zambia's transition to a circular economy. UNZA is a lead academic partner in the SF-BioVac project alongside Novia University, Oulu University, and Copperbelt University. We bring expertise in multidisciplinary research, academic excellency, and a commitment to environmental stewardship. Resonating with the aspirations of this project, UNZA has constructed a biogas processing plant using sewage waste at the institution, aimed at both research and practical application in the circular economy. We are also promoting waste separation at source, including waste generated from student hostels and cafeteria. This initiative is being championed by students through the newly formed University of Zambia Waste to Energy and Compost Conversion Association, which aims to enhance the application of circular economy principles through waste to energy solutions. Lastly, we are excited that one of the key outcomes of this project is the development of the first ever biogas pilot plant at UNZA, distinguished by its advanced process control systems designed to optimize biogas production. This innovation provides a platform for scaling up biogas generation and promoting circular economy principles. UNZA is embedding circular economy principles in its curricula, especially through a new program in the Department of Agricultural Engineering, focused on biogas systems, sustainability, and waste management. These reforms aim to equip students with technical expertise, environmental awareness, and practical skills aligned with the job market and Zambia's green energy needs. Capacity building is also directed at academic and technical staff to ensure long-term institutional competence in biogas and circular economy technologies. The university sees these efforts as creating a new generation of solution-oriented, socially conscious graduates. We are proud to collaborate with international and local partners, notably Novia University of Applied Science, University of Oulu, and industry stakeholders like Zambif. UNZA has established internal innovation structures, such as the Office of the Deputy Vice Chancellor for Research and Innovation, and the Directorate of Innovation, Technology Transfer and Commercialization. These bodies ensure that research outcomes transition into real-world applications from lab to community. UNZA is actively pursuing further partnerships that foster innovation, sustainability, and economic development, aiming to expand the impact of circular economy initiatives in Zambia and the region. So as part of our efforts to expand the circular economy initiatives, UNZA is actively engaging with industry partners like Zambif. A notable example is the placement of a master's student with Zambif to conduct applied research on biogas systems. This collaboration exemplifies our commitment to linking academic research and real-world applications, fostering practical learning and generating industry-relevant solutions. So we are very happy to be part of this webinar. Thank you very much, moderator.
Thank you so much, Professor Moya, for that very insightful keynote speech. We've really been waiting for you, and we're happy that you've joined us. Professor Moya, before you step down, I would like to just, as part of the panel, and the panel question to you is, we have heard what you have said about the projects that UNZA is carrying out. Very powerful projects such as the waste to energy solution by the society, by the students. And I just want us to bring you to the Zambian context, Professor Moya, looking at our current energy crisis in Zambia. The pace at which higher education institutions are moving in trying to tackle this problem. What do you think we need to do? What measures do you think we need to put in place, or steps to put in place, in order to accelerate circular economy, of the problem of waste in our country, of the problem of energy in our country? So what do you think we can, in your opinion, we can do to accelerate this process, putting in mind our higher education institutions? What can we do to ensure that this process of circular economy is accelerated in our country at national level? Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mwene, for that question. It's very important that the issue of the collaboration with the industry and also policies by government to ensure that we actually move fast. We are very slow, and if we have even started at the University of Zambia, we are coming up with an innovation hub where we are also inviting industry partners to be part of the innovation village. So it's very important that we need evidence-based research. That's why we are talking about working with Zambif. And so that's a very good initiative, but we need policies that will facilitate the process of transitioning into a circular economy. There's a lot of waste in this country, but waste is actually wealthy. We can create a lot of industries out of this, and even create jobs and wealth as well. So the collaboration with the industry and the involvement of government to support this transition is very critical. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Moya. We move forward with our panel discussion, and my next question is directed to Dr. Anderson from Novia University of Applied Sciences. Dr. Anderson, I would like to know further, really, can you just further elaborate the importance of global initiatives from the Novia perspective? I think, the universities in the South, really, we are really looking up to you, the universities in the North, because you have more experience, you have more implementation of, biogas projects than we do here. And so we are looking to hear from you and to learn from you. So please just, what's the importance of these global initiatives from from Novia's perspective, what's your role really in this project? Maybe just highlight that for us so that those that are not part of the project can get to learn more. Thank you.
Thank you very much for an excellent question. I want to say that when we talk about capacity building, sure, we want to contribute in the ways that we can contribute, but we also want to receive in return. So it will be I look forward to a true collaboration where we are sharing knowledge, sharing experiences, and that also Novia and Finland will be on the receiving side and learning about your experiences in Zambia. And I must say that I was very impressed by my panel colleagues and the panel telling about the development and ambition at your different institutions in Zambia. I think that you are really heading for towards the future. Very much. I really am impressed by that. Clearly, Finland has a strong reputation when it comes to education. We also, at our university, have a proud history of education in the engineering field. It dates back to 1849, so that is 176 years ago. We started the technical education at our university, or what today is our university. So, and this we have grown together with the industry and been collaborating all through the years. So we are part of the ecosystem very much part of the ecosystem in our region, and I think that this is also, going beyond the biogas and the value chains. I think this is also perhaps of some interest to have a kind of a benchmark on what is the role of the universities, what is the role of the collaboration between the universities in Zambia and companies in Zambia. Very happy to have Zambif also on board in this project. I think this adds a lot to the project and the value of what we're trying to create together. So we are very committed to work together to learn, to share what we know, but also to learn. We work together with Zambia, with other countries in Africa, with Latin America, with Asia, and so on. And this is also a way of emphasizing and also kind of fostering everyone at our university that we are part of something much bigger than our university or our region or even our country. So I started in my presentation in the beginning to talk about our strategy, and our strategy really is to bring the international or the global perspective to our campuses, to our education, to our students. Many students will, from our university, will for some months during their studies go abroad, but the vast majority of our students will not. Still, they will be working on a global scale, many of them after graduation. So this is also a way when we talk about capacity building together with Zambia. This is also a way for us to strengthen our own culture of being a global actor. So, in summary, it's a two-way street. When we talk about capacity building, we want to share and we want to be shared with. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that very positive answer and ending it on a positive note, Dr. Anderson. Okay, so moving forward, my next question, before I tackle the questions in the question and answer box, directing it to Priscilla. My next question is to Priscilla Dinga, our industry partner from Zambif. We've heard so much about the projects. You've been very elaborate on the various circular economy projects that you have been conducting as Zambif. My question to you is, from an industry standpoint, really, what has a significant benefit been of adopting circular economy practices? What benefit have you seen? Maybe this question is mainly to also help other industry partners, just to see what benefits you have been gaining from these projects in circular economy. So what benefits are they? Kindly elaborate. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mwene, for that. I think just taking you back to what I spoke to earlier, if you look at the beef value chain, we've been able to process the hides into leather, and then from that leather, we're able to provide to manufacture school shoes and industrial boats. So if you look at that value chain alone, the hides could have gone to the landfill first of all, contributed to the organic waste that we're sending out into the environment, but also the number of jobs that has been able to create, the impact on society. So we've been able to create employment and a usable product from what could have otherwise been waste at the landfill. So from that, we realized a lot of benefits. We are able to support a differently abled charity under that. We're giving them off-cuts to manufacture footballs. So some of the footballs you find in ShopRite labeled alive and kicking, those are made from the off-cuts from the leather. So you can see how repurposing waste can create opportunities for process optimization, but also a positive impact on the environment, but also on our social setup. If we go to the composting side, currently we're composting everything organic at Huntley Farm and in Pongwe Farm. That compost over the years has been used to offset some of the organic fertilizers that we use in our cropping division. And over the years, what you've seen, because as you rework the soil, obviously it begins to lose some of its abilities. So what we've seen over the years is that we've been able to improve the soil quality in our cropping division by reducing, obviously, when we add the compost, it reduces the compaction, it improves the water retention qualities of the soil. But most importantly, we are deriving economic benefits from that because we're able to improve our yields by making the soil more productive and more sustainable. And some of the mechanisms that we have within the business, you find that what is waste at our animal production site, a bag they cannot use, is repurposed and used in another division. So by so doing, we're reducing the input costs into our production sites, but also we are creating an opportunity, a waste recycling opportunity within the business, and also reducing the input cost for another division. So in a nutshell, some of the initiatives that we've been able to do as Zambif has reduced our cost of production, has promoted sustainability, and has also helped us reduce the amount of waste that we are sending out into the environment. So we will be also enhancing our circular economy in the customer-facing packaging. So we're looking at ways in which we can recollect some of the waste that we're sending out onto the market through a strategy that will ensure that we collect some of that waste back and repurpose it into reusable materials. So it's a lot of initiatives that can be done. For instance, in our Alberta floor, all the water that's coming from our processing plants, we are treating it and reusing it to irrigate our crops. So you find that over the years, in terms of nutritional content of that water, it helps us improve or reduce the amount of organic nutrients that we're adding to the soil. And that's why it's been important to collaborate with the university, because we can showcase that circular economy is not just a theory in class, but it can be applied to industry to improve profitability, promote sustainability, and also create a positive impact in our social setup. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priscilla. I will just squeeze in a question in line with the context of the earlier question that I asked you. There's a question in the Q&A, probably coming from our students. It says, how will you make sure to include students in the initiatives? Zambif in brackets. I guess they're itching to know, you've talked about so many initiatives and they want to know really, do they have a space somewhere in these initiatives? Thank you.
Yes, of course. You're most welcome. Through the collaborations we have with the University of Zambia and CBU and other notable institutions such as NOTEC, we're able to onboard student trainees to come and learn what we do. But also we encourage that even as you're coming up with your research topics, it should be relevant to the current prevailing industry challenges. And you should make sure that your research is focused at promoting sustainability and circular economy. Because then if your topic becomes relevant for my industrial application, it becomes very easy for me to adopt and ensure that I handhold you through the process, or the company also creates room for you to come and do research. So most importantly, the research topic has to speak to Zambif, but also it has to promote circular economy, it has to promote sustainability. We are living in a very fast evolving environment in terms of business and sustainability. So the topic has to be relevant. And yeah, we will have open arms to handhold you and make sure the research is successful.
Thank you, our dear students. There you have it. I guess it cannot be overemphasized, really. It's circular economy, it's sustainability going forward. Okay, so there's one question from our Q&A box that is directed to Professor Mika. Professor Mika, the question goes as follows. How can HEIs ensure that all stakeholders gain as much competencies as possible from a project like SF-BioVac? So this was a key issue, according to you, Professor, for long-term results. Yes.
Yes, it is. So as I mentioned, the important thing is that we need to be very efficient in teaching, in education. So this also ensures the continuum beyond the project, but also brings the newest and the most important knowledge to students and to other stakeholders. Of course, this is one project, and of course it is important to continue this cooperation in future, maybe with a new project, to ensure that all the knowledge can be shared, as Örjan nicely said or put. But yes.
Thank you so much, Professor. Maybe just to add on to Professor, we've had so far one biogas training course under this project that has been hosted by Oulu University. It's just winding up. And we also have a second one that is starting very soon, the sustainability course. So I urge each and every person in this webinar that is interested in attending and being part of this sustainability course, please, you're free to contact me or any of either me or Hannah or any of the project personnel at our respective universities. So a lot of training is coming in, practical training at some point will also take place. We have it has been highlighted by our speakers, particularly Professor Muya, about the pilot biogas experimental plant that is being set up at UNZA under this project. So the main objective of this biogas plant, which is pilot, is to look at issues of optimization, to look at issues of feedstock in the Zambian context. I think those who have been in this industry for a while now do realize that most of what has been set up as biogas plants in our country really has really not been tested and verified in the Zambian context, to look at the Zambian materials and so on. And so this particular project gives an opportunity for us to be able to get results based on our own home-sourced materials and resources. And looking at the Q&A box here, I don't see any other questions. Maybe I'll just come back to the panel in case maybe there's one who would like to just add something to the discussion. Please, the floor is yours as we conclude. Yes, Dr. Anderson.
Yes, thank you. I think I want to continue a little bit from what Professor Mika Ruusunen was saying here, emphasizing the education. And we should remember that for us to have a sustainable future, there will need to be a change. The best way is to achieve change, that is through education, research, knowledge. We have been talking a lot about the biogas, and this is of course something that is very crucial for us in this project. I am also very happy to hear about the pilot lab plant that is being planned. This will be a very concrete result, I hope, from this project, and it will live beyond the project. I also want to bring to your attention that that Novia is a not only a multi-campus but also multidiscipline university. So we are doing engineering, business, and agriculture, seafaring, and many other, nursing, for example. And for all our students, all our graduates, it's important to have an understanding of the sustainability aspects. Of course, we'll have engineers that will be working with these solutions, with biogas solutions or other sustainable technology solutions. But everyone that get a degree from our university will have and will be part of the, making a better future for all of us. So we're very much talking not only about the footprint of what we do, but increasingly more about the handprint that we can provide for our through our students, our graduates, to the society. It's a lot about change. It's a lot about not only knowledge. Knowledge is of course crucial, but it's also a matter of mindset, about thinking, about attitude, and perhaps among these also the awareness. And this is something that we at our university at Novia want to bring forward also in this collaboration. Thank you. I look very much forward to working together with you. This seems to be a very, very good team.
Thank you so much to all of the panel, all panelists and keynote speakers, and also to Dr. Anderson as the last speaker. I see that we only have 3 minutes left until we are supposed to end our webinar for today. So thank you all to keynote speakers and panelists for this forward-bringing conversation. It's been a privilege to listen to you and to your insightful discussions. Just wanted shortly to continue what Örjan said. I think that we have good options to continue building bridges regarding the connection between education, research, innovation and industry to build a sustainable and circular future, both in Zambia and also in Finland. Novia is very proud to be a partner of the BioVac project. And if you want to know more about the project, you can visit the website and put the link to the webpage in the Q&A section of the webinar. So I believe that I speak for all of our partners in wishing us a good continued success in the effort to drive both circular economy, sustainability and innovation as a support for those. So let's continue the work that we have started. Let's do it together. And thank you to everybody for joining us today.